Hello everyone, this is an introduction to a brand new channel that I've created, which I hope you'll enjoy, called Film Focus Physical Media. Now, I've been a physical media collector for a long time now, and of course I specialise in Criterion and have another channel, Let's Talk Criterion, and that mainly focuses on Criterion releases. I wanted to really talk about Unbox and do a lot of what other YouTubers do, criticize films, vent about films, just generally be my normal self and sort of less focused really on Criterion stuff. I collect films from all the labels and especially focusing in the US. So what I wanted to do really was to introduce you to this new channel and to what you might expect in the coming months. Now, obviously, these videos will be a little bit more sporadic because the Criterion ones have to fit a schedule for releasing that Criterion do. But along the way, I'll be picking up lots of releases. I'm looking forward, for instance, to some 4Ks coming down the line. And as you can see behind me, I've been buying some 4Ks from major studios recently. And of course, I have the Stranger Things box set behind me there, the big 4K one. So obviously, I'm not going to be unboxing that. Everyone's unboxed that. But what I want to do is introduce you to the channel with something rather unique. Back in the 80s, really, I presented a film program on hospital radio. I used to live in Maidstone in Kent. I now live in Essex. And while I was in Maidstone, I was a presenter on hospital radio. I used to do their regular Sunday sports show. And after a while, I suggested to the program controller, John Maxfield, would you like a film show? I've been working on an idea I've got for a 15-20 minute film show. So I started to present that live on air with clips from films and music soundtrack extracts, and it went down very well, both with the station and the patients. When I moved up to Essex, I had to give up the live presentation of the show, but I decided to set myself up a little studio and a mixer and record the show each month and put it on a cassette tape and send it to the station. And within a few months, that became an hour-long, very professionally presented show. Now, you will hear the whole of one of the shows in a few seconds. This is a recording from the 80s. It was recorded when films were in the cinema. And when I refer to video view in the show, I'm referring to VHS tapes and what was coming out on sell-through video at the time. So it's a bit of an archive in itself. And I'm also presenting a feature called Hollywood Hotline, which actually looks at forthcoming production information on films that hadn't even been released. And the films I'm talking about in the episode were actually coming to the cinema or had been in the cinema. And I'm also featuring soundtrack music. Now, I prided myself for the high production standards that I produced, and I recorded all of the episodes I did on magnetic tape. So the quality of the master tape was very good. So I've managed to extract one of these. And if you like it, there are more where that came from. Maybe listen to it in the car going to work. Maybe play it during your lunch hour at work. Just listen in bed before you go to sleep. It's lovely. Obviously, I'm quite posh. I'm putting on a fairly professional English presenter voice. And that was again because I was presenting something on English hospital radio. So I lost my actual Northern Ireland identity, the voice I'm talking to you in now. But I hope you enjoy it. It's a way of launching the channel in quite a unique way that nobody else has done. You won't see any videos on there because, of course, all the extracts from the films are sound extracts only because it was a radio show. And back in the day, there really wasn't any internet either. So a lot of the stuff I got together from magazines, newspapers, and maybe from seeing the film myself as well at the cinema. So I hope you enjoyed it. It was called Film Focus. This was a show from one of the 80s shows. And you'll see straight away once I start talking, you'll know roughly what time of the year it was as well for the releases I'm featuring on the show. And I also cheekily recorded stuff from film 80 something or other at the time and chopped it up and made it sound as if I'd done it. I'm sure Barry Norman won't mind. So for those of you who remember Barry Norman and remember films from the 80s and what it was like on going to the cinema and seeing them, it's a big nostalgic throwback, and I hope you'll enjoy it. And it's my way of introducing the new channel Film Focus Physical Media to YouTube. So I hope you all enjoy it. Please comment, like and subscribe. It's very important because the channel needs to get a launch, and I'm hoping that you like it, and then I can just come on with impromptu videos really as myself and talk about what I've bought, and maybe look at some US stuff, and maybe feature Kino, for instance. I've got a big Kino Lorber collection, Second Sight, movie, which you see those behind me now. They're always featured in the Criterion videos, but I never really talk about them. So this channel will give me the chance to talk about the love I have for physical media, which has been really a love of many decades now. So sit back, relax, and enjoy Film Focus.
Hello cinema connoisseurs, and welcome to another edition of Film Focus, your local magazine of the movies, featuring a twice monthly selection of news and interviews with stars and directors. My name's Steve Martin, and on the reels this time we have Red Heat, Arnold Schwarzenegger and Jim Belushi star in an East meets West action-adventure, directed by a man who brought us 48 Hours and Extreme Prejudice. That's Walter Hill. The Presidio, scene of the crime, stars Sean Connery and Mark Harmon joining formidable forces to solve a ruthless murder. It co-stars Meg Ryan and it's directed by Peter Hyams. Gorillas in the Mist is based on the autobiography of anthropologist Diane Fossey and stars Sigourney Weaver as the lady fighting to preserve the life of the primates in Africa. The movie is directed by Michael Apted. Die Hard stars the ever-popular Bruce Willis in his toughest role to date as a devil-may-care cop who takes on a gang of terrorists in a high-rise New York office building. As well as those latest releases, we have what's currently on show and on circuit, what's casting in Hollywood Hotline, and coming to your screen soon in preview, as well as video view, and not forgetting our usual selection of soundtrack music as well. So without further ado, let's roll the reels on our opening feature. Cinema has changed its portrayal of life behind the Iron Curtain since the days of Rambo and the political chicanery from Sly Stallone. Walter Hill, the director of Red Heat, was actually allowed to film outside the Kremlin in Red Square, a first in Hollywood history. For his glasnost thriller, he cast Arnold Schwarzenegger as Captain Ivan Danko, a no-nonsense Russian cop who is on a mission to Chicago to extradite a Russian drug dealer by the name of Viktor Rostovili, who has brutally murdered Ivan's partner. When Ivan and prisoner are ambushed by the drug pusher's American gangster friends, Viktor escapes. Another policeman is killed, this time the partner of the Russian's American counterpart, Detective Art Ridzik, Jim Belushi. Both Ridzik and Danko now both have personal vendettas against Rostovili and are determined to track him down, in a hunt that leads them into the dark world of international drug trafficking, controlled from behind the walls of a maximum security Chicago jail. There are plenty of good fight scenes, especially at the beginning of the picture, and a marvellous chase sequence too, obligatory in this sort of movie, is carefully placed at a point in Red Heat where it will have the best possible effect on its audience. All in all, it's a funny film well peppered with suspense and sharp cuts for dramatic effect. Red Heat is rated 18 and lasts for 1 hour and 44 minutes. And following this extract, we have the main theme from the film, composed and conducted by James Horner.
Do you know what this key opened?
Looks like a key to a locker to me. Why don't you ask your bud?
You try.
Where is the locker that this key opens?
It's why you mama.
What do you say?
He say, go and kiss your mothers behind.
In this country, we try to protect the rights of individuals. It's called the Miranda Act, and it says that you can't even touch his ass.
I do not want to touch his ass. I want to make him talk.
I'm gonna handle this one, okay?
And we want to ask you a couple questions about the Kleenex. Fair price for services rendered? Capitalism works, right, Streak?
Kleenex got a monster deal going down. I told Gallagher, end of story.
He lies.
In this country, he has that God-given right. Do I smell heroin?
What's this?
Come on, man.
You bring this into the police
Wait
station?
a minute. You
Hey,
planted
that's
that
just you know that? This is distribution lane.
cop setup.
Cleanheads deal who, when, and where.
Lawyer I got makes ACLU look like Nazis. He lives for cop misconduct like this. And I ain't telling you... No! No! She knows! Okay. Abdullah Lice just running the deal from Joliet.
Soviet method is more economical.
I'm so glad I took the time to explain to you an individual's rights. Streak. Sorry about that hand.
The Presidio boasts nothing really special. It's just a traditional murder mystery thriller with suspense and interest from the opening credits right through until the final climactic and bloody confrontation with the bad guys. Sean Connery stars as Lieutenant Colonel Alan Caldwell, a U.S. Army provost who joins forces with the San Francisco Police Department Inspector Jay Austen, played by Mark Harmon, to find out how and why a military policewoman, Jeanette Goldstein, was killed. Their investigation is complicated not only by the very different methods they both employ, but also by the fact that the young detective is getting fresh with the Colonel's daughter, Donna, played by Meg Ryan, as well as a clash of jurisdictions. The Presidio is 1,400 acres of military compound situated in the base of San Francisco's Golden Gate Bridge. This area is managed by the Army Colonel, but in the actual city of San Francisco, it is the police who have ultimate control. Once again, Sean Connery turns in an excellent characterization as the stubborn Army Colonel with a strong temper, but Mark Harmon, too, is convincing as the young inspector who steers well clear of the old trap of young meets old, which most Hollywood films tend to get caught up in. There are some parts in the Presidio in which the action begins to flag a little as the director tries to further the character development with dialogue, but thankfully never to the detriment of the plot. The Presidio scene of the crime is rated 15 and lasts 1 hour and 38 minutes. And after this extract, we've the latest from Tinseltown in Hollywood Hotline.
Good morning, sir. Colonel Lawrence is expecting you.
Thank you.
to see you, Alan.
Oh?
What's he doing here?
I'll need to ask you a couple of questions.
What the hell is this?
I'm afraid this is official business.
Where's the gun, asshole?
What?
You really are smooth.
Where's the goddamn talker up?
Up yours,
We
kid.
need the gun. It's part of a homicide investigation. Listen to me, Paul. You're marking time. He can get a federal judge.
Let him. I don't give a damn.
I don't want it to come to that. Now, just give me the gun, and I'll check it against those slugs from the other night. And when they don't match, you can have it back, and this guy will be out of your hair forever.
I don't have it anymore.
Where is it?
I lost it in a poker game a couple weeks ago.
To who?
None of your goddamn business.
I'm making it my goddamn business.
Get the hell out of my office now!
Come on.
What?
I said come on.
You can't stay on the Presidio forever. When you leave, I'll be waiting. You'll be on my turf and I'll own your ass.
Let me tell you something. I'm not gonna let you protect him again. You understand what I'm saying?
I'm impressed. You handled that really professionally.
That jerk-off was lying. You keep trying to cover for him, we're gonna have serious problems.
Tell me, what do you hear from your head? Even with one as empty as yours, an occasional thought must creep in sometimes. Like, maybe we don't need the gun. Like, maybe we already have a bullet. Careful now. Don't try too much. You might pull something.
You're in tune with Film Focus, HRM's regular magazine of the movies, featuring news, reviews and interviews with the stars. Presented by Steve Martin.
Now it's time to look at the latest from Tinseltown. What's casting in Hollywood Hotline? Famous playwright Arthur Miller has penned the screenplay for Everybody Wins, which will star Nick Nolte as a private detective hired to uncover small-town corruption in Carolina. The film will co-star Deborah Winger. Miller has been coaxed out of retirement to write this script specially, and it's to be directed by Carl Reitz and produced by Jeremy Thomas, who also produced The Last Emperor. Martha Plimpton, daughter of Keith Carradine, is certainly keeping busy. She played alongside River Phoenix in The Mosquito Coast and will co-star in Sidney Lumet's Running on Empty as one of a young couple involved in a powerful drama about a family on the run from the FBI. That's not all. She can also be seen in Woody Allen's new film Another Woman as the daughter of Gina Rowlands. And she's just finished Stanley and Iris with Robert De Niro and Jane Fonda. What a busy lady she is. Charlie Chaplin is to have his life story told on celluloid. Sir Richard Attenborough is to finance and direct the film, following the recent removal of a family ban on any such project being undertaken. Chaplin has not yet been cast, and Sir Richard Attenborough will find that a very difficult task indeed. She's played an upper-crust English woman, a Polish refugee, drunken tramp, and a Danish countess. Now Meryl Streep, mother of three, has turned Antipodean as Lindy Chamberlain in A Cry in the Dark, the story of a mother who has had her baby snatched by wild dingoes during a camping trip at Ayers Rock near Alice Springs. The film's directed by Fred Schipisi and co-stars Sam Neill. It'll open here in May this year. The latest Bond epic has just undergone a change, thankfully only of the title. Instead of License Revoked, it will be License to Kill, the true meaning of the 007. The 16th in the series, it will star Timothy Dalton, Carrie Lowell, Anthony Zerbe, and it'll be shot on location in Florida and Mexico. Hollywood's most durable detective Harry Callahan returns for a fifth investigation. The Deadpool stars Clint Eastwood as a magnum-toting inspector. It's due for release on April the 14th. Ron Shelton, who's already written a screenplay for Bull Durham, starring Kevin Costner, and still to be seen here, incidentally, has finished Blaze, the true story of Blaze Starr, a stripper who had an affair with Louisiana Governor Earl K. Long in 1959. The part of the governor will be played by Paul Newman and the stripper by Susan Sarandon. The film's due to start shooting in March, and it's a Touchstone production. Finally, Oliver Stone looks all set to start shooting Evita, the long-awaited cinema portrayal of Evita Perón, the woman who was hailed as a saint by the Argentinian decamasados. She was the wife of Juan, who was deposed as president of the country. Mandy Patinkin is Che Guevara, the revolutionary leader who helped Evita Perón to become a world-renowned figurehead. Oliver Stone's also got a new movie, Talk Radio, soon to open here, based on a story by Eric Bogosian. Well, that's all the news from Tinseltown for the moment. I'll have more next month. Dian Fossey was an American anthropologist who lived for nearly 20 years in Central Africa, studying the physiology and behavioral patterns of endangered mountain gorillas. Her truly amazing research dramatically altered our perception of these animals, but sadly not enough to persuade governments to round up poachers or discourage indiscriminate people wanting to buy, for example, ashtrays set in a gorilla's hand. Dian Fossey's story begins at a lecture given in America by a celebrated anthropologist, Dr. Louis Leakey, Ian Cuthbertson in the film. She persuades him to let her go to Rwanda to study the primates. Very much a girl from Kentucky, she quickly adapts to living in a bush camp with a tracker, Sembagare, and little else. After a long time searching, they finally locate a family of gorillas to observe, to befriend, and ultimately to protect. A National Geographic photographer, Bob Campbell, played in the movie by Brian Brown, arrives to capture the event on film, but Diane is hostile to his presence at first and refuses to allow him into her private world. She warms to him eventually, but when he has to leave to go on another job, she will not go and prefers to stay in the security of guerrilla society. No longer capable of coping with the emotions of other human beings, she becomes cantankerous and cold, continually harassing the local tribe who believe her to be a witch. She retreats into herself totally when one of the oldest members of the gorilla community, a gorilla called Digit, is slaughtered mercilessly. In 1985, she was murdered. The perpetrator of this crime was never brought to justice, and although she increased public awareness of the gorilla's plight in Africa, the gorilla is still in danger of becoming extinct. Sigourney Weaver plays Dian Fossey, and she proves herself to be a fine character actress. The scenes with the gorillas are truly amazing, and I would not be surprised if this performance wins her the Best Actress Oscar this year. There is beautiful cinematography too from John Seale, and firm direction from Michael Apted. Film Focus managed to speak to the star about her very demanding role in Gorillas in the Mist.
We walked up this hill, and suddenly we heard all this chest beating and this pock, pock, pock sound, which is the sound they make, and looked up the hill and saw this big gorilla, and then we went up to the group, and this little gorilla just came over and sat down next to me, and, you know, they're so delicate. It's just really like going in with a group of strange people that, you know, whose language you don't speak. It was just incredible, not at all what I expected. I expected it to be... I didn't expect to be so comfortable so quickly. You know, and they move so fast, they come, you know, charging right up to you and then stop. You hope they're going to stop. One time he didn't stop and he hit me. You can make reassuring sounds. You make this sound that's sort of like, which sort of means, I'm over here, I'm fine, how are you? You know, it's just sort of this sort of grunting sound. And they make it back, you know, they'd make it at each other. It's sort of like, I'm eating over here, where are you? You know, it's this. Then if a gorilla was getting a little, like, if one of the babies was too rough or was biting me or something, I'd go, oh, 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 oh. I just hope that people understand that the gorillas are still in jeopardy. You know, Diane didn't finish her work, and there's a lot of work still to be done. And if we can just take care of them, maybe that's a sign that we'll take better care of each other.
Gorillas in the Mist is rated 15 and lasts 2 hours 15 minutes.
Why am I in this movie so much? A.
Because you're the story. You're what people are interested in.
The gorilla girl.
Uh-huh.
Makes me look like some real weirdo.
We're all crawling around the mud in this climate. After a bunch of gorillas might just be perceived as weird.
Do you think I'm weird?
Yes, I do, absolutely, without question. I also think you are wonderful.
Which comes first, weird or wonderful?
Weird.
Before our next feature on circuit, here's some more soundtrack music, and from Gorillas in the Mist, the main title theme, composed by Maurice Shah.
Hit Radio.
Now it's time to look at the films currently on circuit. We have For Queen and Country, Short Circuit 2, Cocktail, and Pascali's Island. Denzel Washington stars in For Queen and Country as a Falklands hero who returns to the harsh reality and racial prejudice of Civvy Street. He soon discovers that everyone despises him for having fought for his country in a far-flung island. It's very violent in many places and co-stars Amanda Redmond. It's rated 18 and lasts 105 minutes.
I've got a proposition for you.
I knew this was coming.
Shut up and listen. You like this? Well, you can have some of it. I want you to be my partner.
Do me a favor.
That's just it. I am.
I don't need any of those kind of favors.
What's this look like to you? I'm not talking about villainy. I'm talking about business. Look. Clean hands.
So what's a shooter for then, Colin?
Because the world's full of dirty bastards, Ruben.
Nah, you got the wrong man. I'm not Nooligan anymore.
Nah. You're a paratrooper now, aren't you? Good old British paratrooper. Fought for your Queen and Country down in the Falklands. Well, what have you got to show for it, eh?
Number 5 is revitalized in the sequel to the highly successful John Badham original Short Circuit 2. The super-intelligent robot is still suffering at the hands of exploitative humans, but he's Michael Stevens, Cynthia Gibbons, Fisher Stevens there to protect him from the beleaguered Jack Weston. He's the baddie, by the way. The film's rated PG and lasts 1 hour and 50 minutes.
What's both sides? God, I think I'm allergic to this stuff.
Oh, come on.
Key is in the ignition. Key is in the ignition.
Dear Stephanie, the toys are almost done. The city is nice, but people here get angry easily. Maybe they need more fiber in their diet. Or maybe it's just me. Love, Johnny. P.S. Enclosed is something called a chili dog. Masks? Disguises? Excuse me, gentlemen. Our showroom closes at 6. Hey, ow!
Let's get that crap in.
Have a seat, gentlemen. Why are you angry? Why try to disassemble Johnny Five? Bad humans. Please allow me to demonstrate the law of centrifugal force. Please return your seat backs and tray tables to their full upright positions. Preparation for landing. Robot ejects problem. Film at 11.
To the moon, Alice!
In Roger Donaldson's Cocktail, Tom Cruise takes a job on New York's Upper East Side and meets ace bartender Doug Coughlin, Brian Brown, who teaches him the tricks of the trade, and very soon he graduates as a star barman, and then things start to happen. Cocktail also co-stars Elizabeth Shue. It's rated 15 and lasts 1 hour and 43 minutes.
What are you doing here?
Bet you thought you'd never see me again.
Hoped is a better word.
Excuse me, waitress.
I'll be there in a minute.
Miss, we have theater tickets.
Look, you obviously are not here to eat, so I'd appreciate it if you'd leave.
Miss?
Waitress, I'll be there in a minute.
I'm not leaving.
Your sexy little smile's not gonna work this time.
I'm not leaving. That's it.
You're not leaving?
Not until you let me apologize.
Did you say you'd like to see the specials, sir?
I'd like to see the specials.
Look, are we even waiting?
Today's specials are meatloaf mozzarella, chicken a la king. May I suggest some ketchup for your fries?
Pascali's Island is directed by James Dearden, who wrote Fatal Attraction and stars Ben Kingsley, Helen Mirren and Charles Dance in a story of intrigue on a Turkish-occupied Greek island in 1908. It's rated 15 and lasts 1 hour 44 minutes, but be prepared for a bit of a bore, unfortunately. Pascali's Island's certainly not that entertaining a film.
That head. You brought it with you.
I beg your pardon?
You brought it with you. You didn't find it here. You needn't keep up this pretense with me.
What pretense? What are you talking about?
That marble head. That head you produced from your bag with the air of a conjurer, if I may say so. That self-same head was in your possession when you set foot on the island. And so, by inference, were all the other objects which you laid on the Pasha's desk.
You must have a reason for saying this.
I found the head in your room, the first night you arrived.
Did you? What were you looking for? Are you a police agent?
I have nothing to do with the police.
You're some kind of informer, anyway.
No, not some kind. The best kind. I am the best kind.
An informer.
And you are a swindler. The laws against that kind of thing are severe in the domains of the Sultan, not to say savage. A word from me would be enough to spoil your game here and lose you all the money.
What is nice about Pascali's Island is the music. It's composed by Loic Dijker, and here is Fiorizzi Planinata. That's Pascali's theme. And following a short intermission, we return with the latest for the small screen in Video View. After the break, we are back with Video View. You're listening to HRM and Film Focus, your magazine of the movies, with me, Steve Martin. Back after the intermission. Welcome back to Film Focus, your magazine of the movies, with me, Steve Martin. Now it's time to look at what's available for rental on our regular feature, Video View. We have Cry Freedom, Planes, Trains and Automobiles, Masquerade and A Prayer for the Dying. Cry Freedom is distributed by CIC Video and rated 15. It's directed by Sir Richard Attenborough and stars Denzel Washington as Steve Biko, a black South African activist who died in police custody. Kevin Kline is Donald Woods, a newspaper editor who befriended Biko and who eventually had to flee the country with his wife and family. Cry Freedom's available in video stores from February the 3rd.
How old are you, Mr. Woods?
41, if that makes any difference.
A white South African. 41 years old, a newspaper man. Have you ever spent any time in a black township?
I've been to many.
No, don't be embarrassed. Except for the police, I don't think one white South African in 10,000 has. You see, we know how you live. We cut your lawns, we cook your food, clean your rubbish. How would you like to see how we live? The 90% of your fellow countrymen who have to get off your white streets at 6 o'clock at night.
Planes, Trains and Automobiles is rated PG and also is on CIC Video. It stars Steve Martin as Neil Page, a businessman who is trying to get home to his wife and family for Thanksgiving. But he meets Dale Griffith, John Candy, on the way, and the result is a series of comic misadventures. John Hughes directs this situation comedy, available for rental from February 17th.
During holiday travel, some people get delirious, some get delayed, and some get Del Griffith.
American Light and Fixture, Director of Sales, Shower Curtain Ring Division.
Neil Page got all three.
I was on my way home to spend a nice holiday with my family. Instead, I'm in a motel bed with a stranger.
So instead of Thanksgiving with his family, he's spending 3 days with the turkey.
Two happy clams just whistling down the road.
Flintstones, meet the Flintstones, they're the Marconi family.
Paramount Pictures presents
Wilma!
Steve Martin.
You ever been to Hawaii?
Yeah.
You see Don Ho while you were there?
See the second show, that's the best one.
Is that right?
Yeah.
John Candy.
Why are you holding my hand?
Where's your other hand?
Between two pillows.
Those aren't pillows.
In a new film by John Hughes. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
See that Bears game last week? Yeah, hell of a game, hell of a game.
Masquerade stars Rob Lowe, Meg Tilly and Kim Cattrall in an MGM-UA home video release. An opportunistic yachtsman woos a sheltered heiress with money and murder in mind. This thriller romance is available on video cassette from February the 19th.
The important thing is to establish a psychological dominance. When she sees you can handle me, she's going to be totally dependent on you.
Just be careful when you're waving that damn gun around.
I'm not about to hurt the guy who's going to lay the golden egg. Oh, come on, cheer up. A year from now, the late Olivia Lawrence Whalen's grieving husband and stepfather will both be on the Forbes 400.
I have a better idea.
Well, I'd just love to hear it.
There's so much money. Maybe we'd be better off with her around.
Forget it.
Look, I think the heat will be too much.
Think? You don't think. I think. You perform. You want out? Fine. You're on the first bus back to Palookaville, and I find myself another $2 gigolo.
You think it's that easy? You think she'll just fall for whoever you drag in?
She fell for you, didn't she?
A Prayer for the Dying is a Certificate 15 release on Vestron Video. Mickey Rourke plays a disillusioned IRA hitman who flees to London from a tragic Northern Ireland massacre of the innocents. This man of violence finds he can't escape from his past so easily, and he discovers he's not only caught up in IRA retribution, but also in murderous gangland goings-on in London. Bob Hoskins, Alan Bates and Sammy Davis star in this new video release, available from February the 22nd.
The job's done. I want my passport and my money.
You were saying? A priest saw you.
His mouth's been shut.
You took him out then?
We had a wee talk.
That's the way the Catholic Church works, Billy. You wouldn't believe it, would you? The Costa can't say anything to the police now. Neat, Mr. Fallon, but not neat enough. I want the priest.
I said no.
Don't tell me you're worried about killing a priest.
He's a witness.
Nobody touches the priest.
This is the theme from Cry Freedom, composed by George Fenton.
Mandela, Zulu, Lutuli, Tadu, Stephen Biko, Government Becky, Robert Zabukwe, Baba Tambo, Basopa. Soweto, Alanga, Lisharpeville, Matola, Alexandra, Aberoni, Mamelodi, Guguletu. Kazinga, Lusaka, Maseru, Harare. The children sing about the great ones who cried freedom for South Africa. Ambamfana, Amoyoba Chela Bonke, Amo Chele Lonke Lizwe, Sifuni Kululeku.
It's Christmas Eve in one of those towering Los Angeles skyscrapers, and Bruce Willis is John McClane, a tough New York cop who's flown into LA to spend Christmas with his wife and children. His wife, Holly Bonnie Bedelia, is a rising executive in a huge multinational Japanese-owned trading house. In the middle of the Christmas celebrations, they are interrupted by Hans Gruber and Company, complete with an arsenal of weapons, and they're bent on getting their hands on $400 million worth of bearer bonds. They quickly seal all entrances to the 34-story office building and hold everyone hostage. Everyone, that is, except the clever cop, who takes arms and flees to an unoccupied area of the building barefoot. He does everything he can to upset the crooks' plans. Bond plays a cat-and-mouse game, picking off the members of the gang one by one. He eventually succeeds in summoning the police to the scene and engages in conversation with one of their sergeants, Al, who tries to convince the stupid deputy commissioner of police that the crooks are up to something more than just straight kidnapping. Die Hard is an exceptional thriller directed by John McTiernan. It has spectacular stunts, which the star attempted most of himself. It is good to finally see Bruce Willis being cast in the right sort of movie, as neither Blind Date nor Sunset were good enough starring vehicles for him. Die Hard is rated 18 and lasts 2 hours and 11 minutes.
Mayday, mayday. Anyone copying Channel 9?
Terrorists have seized the Nakatomi building and are holding at least 30 people hostage. I repeat, unknown number of terrorists.
6 or more armed with automatic weapons at Nakatomi Plaza.
Century City.
Where's the best place to transmit?
Somebody answer me, goddammit.
The roof. Go, go!
It's the same address as that fire signal.
I'll handle it. Attention, whoever you are, this channel is reserved for emergency calls only.
Do I sound like I'm ordering a pizza?
No one kills him but me.
They have already killed one hostage. They are fortifying their positions while you're jerking me off on a radio. Now send the police
Sir,
back
I've
up
already
ASAP.
told you, this is a reserved channel. If this is an emergency call, dial 911 on your telephone. Otherwise, I'll have to report this as an FCC violation.
Fine, report me. Come down here and arrest me. Just send the police now.
Fire.
Let's go. Get him out of the car. Don't you know they're burning? Und das andere Herr schnell hier, mach los! Mach schnell, mach los!
So you take this under advisement, jerkweed. Geronimo.
They're using artillery on us. You idiot. It's not the police. It's him.
Die Hard now. Soundtrack music coming from the movie. This is Terrorists, composed by Michael Kamen. Next, we have the latest to come in preview. Now it's time for Preview, which features pre-release extracts from forthcoming movies. We've Dustin Hoffman and Tom Cruise in Rain Man, the story of two brothers, Raymond and Charlie Babbitt. Raymond is an autistic savant who inherits $3 million, which his brother Charlie tries to con from him. It's directed by Barry Levinson. Twins is an hilarious comedy starring Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger as scientifically created twins who were separated at birth. Julius returns to America to find his long-lost brother, and together they search for their mother. The Naked Gun is coming from the people who made Airplane 1, 2, and Top Secret. That's Joe Abrams and David Zucker. It stars Leslie Nielsen and Ricardo Montalban, and it's based on the Police story. It's a spoof. The Accused will be reviewing in full in March. Stars Jodie Foster as a young woman who comes into a bar and dances provocatively in front of some men drinking and playing pinball. They cannot resist the temptation and rape the girl. She's angry and takes them to court. Kelly McGillis is the lawyer on the case. This controversial movie is directed by Jonathan Kaplan. Here are extracts from this month's preview.
Ray, can we try something?
Yeah.
Do you know how much 312 times 123 is?
38376.
He's right. What? He's right.
He's right?
Yeah. Ray, how much is 4,343 times 1,234?
5359262.
He's a genius. He's right. He's a genius. Ray, do you know how much the square root of 2,130 is?
46.15192304. 2304.
That's amazing. I mean, that is amazing. He should work for NASA or something like that. If you had $1 and you spent 50 cents, how much money would you have left?
About 70.
70 cents?
70 cents.
So much for the NASA idea.
At Kmart. You should go to Kmart.
Right, take after this, Ray. Right, after this.
400 Oak Street.
Ray, do you know how much a candy bar costs?
About $100.
Come on, let's assume the dance position. I give you a couple of perters.
I really appreciate that, Vincent.
Go. All right. Hope nobody's looking in the window. Here, come on, like this. Here you go. Put your feet by my feet. Come on. Let's go. Here. By my feet, not on my feet. Oh, thanks very much.
Sorry, Vincent.
Minor oversight there. Okay, all right, grab my hand. Come on. Yeah. Ease up, tiny bit. Let the blood flow through the fingers.
I was like loose.
See, come on, that's it. Relax.
I'm just nervous.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Don't. No. Look, see what you're doing with your teeth there, Jules?
Yeah.
You're grinding them.
Like the Japanese fighting fish. This particular one is valued at over $20,000. A luxury item, to be certain, but as you can see, I am a man who appreciates the finer things in life. Oh, this is a rare samurai pen, a gift from Emperor Hirohito. Unbreakable, impervious to everything but water. Its value is beyond estimation.
That's fascinating.
But I'm sure you didn't pay me this visit to hear a lecture on fine art, Lieutenant. To what do I owe the honor?
I'm investigating the attempted murder of one of your dock workers.
Well, this certainly comes as a shock to me, Lieutenant. But as you know, I am not the kind of man who takes this type of thing lightly. And there is no room in my organization for any type of criminal activity.
On April 18th, 1987, Sarah Tobias stopped for a drink at a bar called The Mill.
It's an ugly case. She was gang raped on a pinball machine.
I'm not a rape counselor, I'm a prosecutor, and I have to make a rape case.
I was here, but I didn't see what happened.
Did you have anything to drink before you went to the mill?
I don't know. I mean, I wasn't falling down drunk or anything.
Now she's fighting a system
Are you gonna examine me?
where the guilty are protected.
Her girlfriend didn't see anything. The bartender didn't see anything. I don't have a case.
The pain is forgotten.
And I heard somebody screaming. And it was me.
The crime is negotiable.
So make a deal and you put him away. Assault, coercion.
Reckless endangerment.
You ain't gonna defend me because I'm some low-class bimbo, right?
I didn't say that.
You haven't got more important things to do than go to trial with a sure loser?
Why'd you let him out on bail?
Looked more to me like she was begging for it.
Hey, wanna play pinball? Now, I don't know what you got for selling me out, but I hope it's worth it.
I thought you were on my side. You told me you were on my side.
For Sarah, the night lives on.
I want to prosecute the ones who made it happen, so you can make another deal.
You go try your case, because win or lose, you're through!
I get to tell my story.
They aren't the kind of guys you really want to mess with, you know what I mean?
For Catherine, the challenge begins.
You're next, huh?
Kelly McGillis,
Are you scared? Yes.
Jodie Foster,
Me too.
The Accused.
Well, preview brings another edition of Film Focus to a close. In March, I'll be featuring The Accused, The Naked Gun, Arthur 2 on the Rocks, and Rayman, so join me then. Until then, from me, Steve Martin, it's goodbye, and above all, good viewing.